911. Where's your emergency?
Oh, New Hope Plantation, Highway 17 North.
Okay, by New Hope, what's going on, ma'am?
There's a kid, guy just came home and his whole family is dead. He's kind of hysterical. I can't understand. I haven't gone over there yet.
Okay, tell me what the address is. Try and get that address for me.
140, 145, 140. It's and it's around to the back side.
New Hope Plantation?
Yes, ma'am. He just came screaming over up to my dog. My dog will bite. He's got a dog out there too that on the porch that may bite. I'm going to have to try to contain him. This is Guy. I don't know what his last name is. He said his dad is dead. Rusty's dead. He said everybody's dead. I know it's a house full of people that live there.
Okay. What's his name?
He's freaking out. It's Guy.
Guy? What's his last name?
Well, Guy, what's your last name? What's your last name, honey? Huh? Yeah, here, talk to... I just got home, my whole family's dead.
Okay, tell me what's going on, sir. What?
I just got home from... I was out last night. I got home just now, and everybody's dead.
Who?
I know my dad's dead.
How many people are there?
There's like 6. My whole family's dead.
Okay.
It looks like they've been beaten to death. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know what to do, man.
Okay. Take a deep breath. They've got them coming for you. Just stay on the line with me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, get them out. They're coming for you.
My family's dead.
How many people are there? Your dad? Who else is there?
My dad, my uncle, my cousins.
Where's he at right now, ma'am?
He's on the porch right now.
He's on the porch.
Uh-huh.
No fire and whatnot.
I'm still 911. I haven't gotten off the phone with him.
I'm going to say, is it okay if I stay on the line with you, ma'am, until they get there?
Okay, here's a...
Okay.
My name's Mike. I'm maintenance out here.
Okay, what's going on, Mike?
The guy that lives 2 doors down from me, his name is Guy Jr. I don't know his last name. He said his whole family's dead in here in the trailer.
Okay.
I'm standing right here in front of the trailer. I'm afraid to go in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm currently leaving the mobile home park, and so right to my right is about the area where the mobile home was, where the murders occurred. Now you're gonna see probably a van following me down the road right there. So I talked to the manager of this mobile home park, and she said that it got bought out in 2021. So they have been slowly but surely getting everybody out. And the only people that are currently here left is the senior citizens who are all over here. So this is a nice piece of property, actually. And it looks like it's going to be apartments, and a movie studio bought this area just to do horror films, because you can see, I guess, those willow trees or whatever. I mean, it's a very nice piece of property. I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice piece of property. It's a damn shame that they had to sell it like that. But yeah, it's going to be apartments, going to be a movie studio, and so I was trying to find exactly the trailer where the murders occurred, but couldn't do it. They're still following me. Let me see. You can kind of see them in the background a little bit. Actually, not really. It's funny that band's not coming up in the background of the video. So we're gonna go to the graveyard right now, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the story and what happened. It is now about 8:30 in the morning, August 29th, 2009, when sheriff's deputies arrive to that location where the 911 call was placed. They go into the single wide mobile home trailer, and they find the bodies of 8 people. All have been bludgeoned to death via some kind of a blunt object. The only survivor was a 3-year-old boy that had suffered very gruesome injuries. I believe he was the son of Chrissy Toler. So altogether, 8 people murdered. Guy Hines Sr., 45, Rusty Toler, 44, Chrissy Toler, 22, Russell Toler, 20, Michael Toler, 19, Michelle Toler, 15, Brenda Flanagan, I believe she was the sister of Rusty, 49, and Joseph West, 30 years of age. He was the boyfriend of Chrissy Toler. I don't believe he was the father of the child. I don't know. So this case is very unusual because, well, a couple of things. First of all, you have a single wide mobile home with 10 people living in it. That's very cramped. Nobody's working. Nobody had a job. I don't know how they paid for things. I don't know what was going on in that home. I don't know what they were doing. But apparently nobody had a job. Supposedly Joseph West might have had a job on a shrimp boat, but that can't be confirmed. But basically you have a single wide mobile home with a bunch of people in it with no working air conditioning. They had a bunch of fans on high in the home because it was trying to fight off that insane, very humid Georgia heat. And practically everybody had very, very serious injuries to the head, some exposing the skull. So let's ask ourselves this question. How could one man supposedly kill 8 people? I don't know. I don't know, but when deputies arrived, when they had searched Guy Hines Jr.'s vehicle, they found an empty, or it could have been full, I'm not sure, but they found a bottle of prescription pills that had blood on it from the scene. They also seen blood on his flip-flops, and underneath his khaki shorts that he was wearing, he had a pair of basketball shorts on that also had blood on it. He also had a little bit of marijuana on him. He also might have had some money on him too. So they originally had arrested him and charged him with some form of drug possession. Now he went to the county jail and some of his family members came and bailed him out. So he was bailed out on September 4th. That same day he's let out and he's fixed with some kind of an ankle bracelet monitor so they can know where he's at all times. Later on that night, they gathered their evidence and they feel they have enough of it to charge him with the 8 murders. And they basically just followed him out of the jail and kept surveillance on him. He was arrested, charged with the 8 murders, and now the prosecutor in the county is going for the death penalty. Now, the murder weapon, they believe, was the butt of the shotgun that they didn't find. So the murder weapon has never been found. Quite difficult for one man to murder 8 people with a blunt object. When I first read this case, I thought, okay, he shot everybody. But no, beating 8 people to death and only one person involved, that's interesting to me. That's interesting. That would be very, very difficult for me to believe that one man can do it, but that's what prosecutors believed. And of course, Guy Hines Jr. is proclaiming his innocence. And then of course you have rumors of drug dealings and people owing people money. And oh, well, you know, the deputies, the sheriff's deputies, they're getting tips. They're getting tips to these people, but they're not going after these tips because they believe that they have the right man in custody. That man, of course, being Guy Hines Jr. Now, like I said, originally they were going for the death penalty. However, because of one wayward jury not being able to follow instructions or whatever those instructions were, instead of the case, you know, ending with a hung jury, the prosecutors and the defense attorneys of Guy Hines Jr., they made a deal. They said, okay, look, we got a problem juror. They're going to ruin the entire case. We'll take the death penalty off if you guys agree to an alternate juror. And they said, deal. So that's exactly what happened. So the death penalty was off the table and they proceeded with the trial, and he was later found guilty amongst other charges. 8 counts of first-degree murder. He's currently sitting somewhere in a prison South Carolina. Excuse me, South Carolina, Georgia. These are the graves of the people that he murdered. This would be his father, Guy Hines Sr. This would be Brenda Flanagan. Now, this could be his sister. I'm not really sure. I could have sworn it was Rusty's. Again, I'm not really sure, but she was somebody's sister. So I'm assuming since she's buried next to him that was maybe they were brother and sister. And then this is Michael Toler. This is Rusty, who they called Russell Toler Sr. He's buried in between both of his sons. This is Russell Jr. And his other son, Michael. Excuse me, Michelle, I apologize. Michelle. Michael was next to him. And Chrissy Toler, both sisters. You know, this is a weird case. I'll tell you why. I'll give you a couple reasons why this case is weird, just in general. 10 people living in a single wide trailer. Nobody seems to be working. They can't afford air conditioning. Also, other true crime YouTubers, the big ones, haven't spoken about this case that I can see. A couple smaller ones have, but other than that. And a sloppy investigation on the part of the McIntosh County Sheriff's Department. I don't know what to make of it. Guy Hines Jr. screaming that he's innocent. His brother upset after the court. He's saying that his brother's innocent. You know, personally, I think he's guilty. There's no way that you would have blood on your basketball shorts underneath your khaki shorts. That's ridiculous. What are you doing with the victim's phone covered in her boyfriend's blood in your car? Get out of here. This guy's guilty as hell. What I don't understand is, how can one man kill 8 people? Was this a crime that maybe him and somebody else committed and he's not ratting the other person out? 8 people murdered by beating them in the head with a blunt object? You would have to have basically go up to every single person and just bam, right in the head. Now, I will say this, like I said earlier, all of the fans are on high because they don't have air conditioning. I don't know, maybe that muffled the sounds, but 10 people, single wide home, there would have been 9 people in that single wide trailer because he claimed that he had went out partying or whatever, but he was out smoking crack. That's basically what it is. This whole story is just involves just drugs and just very, very weird. Rest in peace to all those that were murdered. Very, very, very weird story that didn't get don't see a whole lot of information online about it other than basically what transpired, but just a very sloppy investigation that was done by the Sheriff's Department, not gathering evidence, maybe possibly going after other people that might have been involved. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. This was an unexpected story that I just kind of ran into as I was driving down a country road. So I thought I'd just stop by really quick and just kind of give you the gist of what took place. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more information out there with other people talking about this case. Some people actually believing that this guy is totally innocent. I would be the one to believe he was totally innocent if he didn't have blood on his basketball shorts. I don't know. You could say maybe that he ran into the scene and maybe he had stepped on a pool of blood and the blood splatter, you know, hit his flip-flop. But no, that's you don't go to a crime scene and get your girl's cell phone and smear it in the boyfriend's blood and put it in your pocket. This was all over drugs, painkillers. He wanted painkillers. They wouldn't give it to him. He got angry and went ballistic. There might be other people involved. I don't know. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. I'm out of here. I'm in the road. Catch up with you on the next video. Peace out.